to discuss this and many other things, Real Clear Politics reporter Rebecca Berg joins us now from Washington. To break this down, again, Rebecca, your reaction now to this headline, really of the moment now, regarding the State Department and its audit of Hillary Clinton, as well as previous secretaries of state, regarding email and cybersecurity. It did say again that this was a systemic failure, but that her failures were singled out as being more serious. So what to make of the optics of this release and the politics sure to follow?
Sure, Josh. Well, of course, the optics for Hillary Clinton are not helpful. She has been battling this email drama now for months, and this is a point in her campaign where she's hoping to pivot to the general election to focus her message on attacking Donald Trump. And this report will give Donald Trump more ammo against Hillary Clinton and will raise potentially further questions in voters' minds about her transparency as Secretary of State, her transparency in general, and the practices she executed with her emails. And so her team for months has been hinting that this would not be a good report for them. Months ago, her press secretary, Brian Fallon, was calling this a fishing expedition by the Inspector General at the State Department. But it's interesting to note that Hillary Clinton herself and Huma Abedin, her close aide, according to the Politico report on this, did not actually cooperate with this investigation. So that's an interesting thing to note. I'm not sure how her team will use that, perhaps to question the results of the investigation itself. But certainly not a helpful report for Hillary Clinton at this stage, or really any stage in the campaign.
You know, this was also an issue that Bernie Sanders very conspicuously chose to ignore during the primary season. He did speak to it, although he has also said that just as he has ignored it, he certainly believed that we would see it now come the general election, given the personal nature of the attacks and the all-encompassing nature of the attacks by Donald Trump thus far. What do you expect we will see his campaign make of this report?
Well, I think they'll make great hay out of this report, Josh. And you're right. They use everything at their disposal to attack Hillary Clinton. I think some of us in the press have been somewhat shocked over the past few days to see him raise these decades-old conspiracy theories about Vince Foster from the Clinton administration and some other messages in that vein. So certainly Donald Trump will be talking about this report in the larger questions about Hillary Clinton's emails as well. And it's a problem for her. We've seen in many public polls that voters are concerned with Hillary Clinton in terms of her transparency, in terms of her trustworthiness and her honesty. And while both candidates at this stage are struggling with very, very low unfavorables, Hillary Clinton specifically has those issues to address, and these reports are not going to help her in that regard.
She has sought to dismiss questions about this as best she can. Again, we did hear already a deputy spokesperson from the State Department say essentially, hey, we know and we're working to improve systems management there. But now that, again, this has been made specific, that her activities as believing to be more serious has now been placed in the crosshairs. If nothing else, anticipating perhaps an attack from the Trump campaign, how do you expect the Clinton campaign then to specifically respond?
Well, as I mentioned, their campaign has already sort of issued their pre-buttal over the past few months to this report, saying that the IG was biased, that he was out to get Hillary Clinton, that this was a fishing expedition. It's a tough case to make because this IG was appointed by a Democratic president and confirmed by a Democratic Senate. So it's very difficult to make that case, but it's the case that they've been making to this point. And of course, there is still this ongoing FBI investigation on the same topic. And so we'll have to see how that plays out as well. But I imagine her team is going to try to dismiss this as much as possible, to emphasize the silver lining in the report, such as it is that other secretaries general, including Colin Powell, did some of the same things and had some of the same problems with their email management. And I think that's what we can expect to hear from the Clinton team in the hours and days to come.
We also do want to let our viewers know that at 1:30 p.m. Eastern today, the State Department is expected to hold a briefing regarding this audit, and we will have it for you here at CBSN.